Alright, good deal. Everything seems to be working, despite being out of practice for I don't even remember how long. Yeah. Alright, so for the people that aren't familiar with New World, it's a MMO made by Amazon. Started off kind of rough. I played it since the alpha, I played the beta, I played the full release, uh, played Brimstone. Pretty much played all the content this game has. I have 370 hours in the game. This time around, we are going to start a new character. We are going to use a fresh start world, because why not? Subtitles on, don't need no, no. I don't really care about bad words in chat, man. I use explicit language, why would I care if someone else does? I haven't watched this cutscene in I don't know how long.
The stories you've heard, they don't tell the whole truth. The island is indeed the place of legend. There's power and vast riches as well. But those who've gone before you have simply vanished, never heard from again. I saw the horror, the madness that overcame the crew. It was beyond any evil the world has ever known.
Sorry if my chair's loud, by the way.
I do not
It's getting
know.
old.
The contents of this box are not of this world. They will guide you to that one, wherever and whatever that may be. Go then, Captain. Chart your course and your fate. I will say a prayer for the souls of your crew.
It's a hell of a default look for a character. Alright, so character creation. I'll do this. A little bit darker skin, hairstyle. I go with the semi-emo look there. What type beard Lazy Peon would use? Or no, that's more... Not that I could blame, I mean... There's not many options, but at least they're somewhat decent. I've seen a lot worse when it comes to these games, so... Yeah, we'll go with the bluish color. Don't look bad. Yeah, let's not do features. Got your standard scars. I always go with the ice scar, I don't know why. I don't typically do tattoos. Don't have anything against them for character. I just don't like face tattoos. I prefer when you can put on like arms or something like that. In any case, this is the boy we're going with. Let's see, what's a good character name for a bearded boy? Ah. Would have been funny. Yep, Jeremiah Jukes it is. Gonna juke all the competition. Genuinely have no idea what build I want to go for. I've maxed out on one of my characters. I had maxed out every mastery for all the weapons. But I do know that the mace is coming and it's going to have a focus strength setup? Mainly strength. So we might do something that we can use strength with, just to be ready for the mace when it releases. It was called a mace, right? Not a... Might have been called a flail. Brain is failing me. But in any case, we're going to be ready for the flail when it releases. They got mounts coming out finally. I don't know if mounts are going to be a low-level thing, or if they're going to... I already know they require the expansion, because it says on the expansion that you have to have it to get mounts, which is a questionable decision at best. Draw a weapon, block, attack, dodge. Yeah, I put like 360 hours into this game within... It was less than a month, I think? I don't know, I played multiple days in a row without sleeping. Stopped long enough to eat or something like that, but that still goes in the time, or whatever you want to call it. Because I was still on the game whenever I did it, so...
On my shore, exhausted and weak. And I welcome you home.
Yeah, well, shut up, Isabella. For anyone that's never seen this game before, there is going to be a number of spoilers before we reach the point that we figure out who people is and stuff, because like I said, I played 370 hours of this. Do I remember any of that 370 hours? Bits and pieces.
Done. The source. It was my destiny to claim that.
Still no sprint button. They're gonna unlock mounts to, like, paying for the expansion. They should also add a sprint button for the people that don't pay for the expansion. Of course, you gotta purchase your upgrades, sword and shield. I do shield bash just because why not? Usually if I'm using sword and shield, I'm going a tank build. Flail, I don't know if it's going to be good for tanks or not. So, I'm not sure what type of build I'm going to go for right off the bat. I do know that the focus that scales with the flail is specifically for the debuffs on the flail. I know there's supposed to be a variety of mounts coming out initially, and then they're supposed to add more as time goes on. Their update schedules are fairly consistent time-wise.
You had the choice. You forced my hand.
Alright, let's see how bad I suck at fighting this dude.
Your soul is now mine.
General Thorpe, I think his name was. Ah, Captain Thorpe. Combat feels kind of slow compared to what I'm used to.
I feel your blessings surge within me. Everlasting glory will be ours.
Alright, so we get second phase.
Pathetic.
I always forget that has a double. Get stunned. At least he doesn't have his death beam that the Thorpe in the actual dungeon you fight him in has. Still fairly easy takedown. No surprise there. I debated on streaming this on YouTube instead of Twitch, mainly just because of the fact that on Twitch it's kind of hard to find new viewers. And my YouTube has 300 and something subscribers, so I thought at least, like, maybe 5 to 10 would make it to it. Teleport pending? Never seen that before. But I think Twitch is still doing Twitch drops for the game, so I figured I'd stream it on Twitch just to get Twitch drops for people. And I know there's like the multi-stream and stuff like that where you can stream to both, but I didn't feel like setting it all up. First light has fallen, yes. I can't wait to see what it looks like afterwards. Kind of surprised they didn't just add a new zone like they did with Brimstone
there,
too, though.
Friend. Dying can be a rather harrowing experience. Not anymore, but yes.
I'm not going to worry about reading out dialogue or anything like that. We're just going to go straight through the game. Get some strength for now. Gather flint and wood from a bush. Don't need my sword out for this. Definitely no speedrunner, I know that much. I don't have a sickle, but it's not hard to craft all of it. I don't remember if they took away the quest or not, where they actually give you the sickle and stuff, but it's all stone anyway, so it's not like it's gonna hurt to have one of each before you get it. M10 lies, huh? I'm not surprised they've already made it to M10. I think the highest I ever had a team successfully run was M8 on my character. I had builds for healing, I had builds for tanking, and then I had my DPS build, which was behind the other two, so I could never go to higher. Or whatever it's called. I don't know why my brain won't work. What was it? Mutated, I think. I do remember some of the mutations being extremely annoying, especially for Laz. Just because that last boss is basically a DPS fight. Don't kill him fast enough, then
yes, you'll find them snuffling around in the bushes nearby. They're ornery.
hunt down a boar, make yourself a meal. Yeah.
Go and hunt yourself down a fat one, skin it, and cook yourself a little.
Gather these herbs on over here, level up again. I really don't know if Flow's going to be DPS or tank focused stuff, so I guess for right now we're not going to concern ourselves with which role to play. If it comes down to it, I'm hoping that they're still running all the stuff whenever it's around that time, or whenever I hit the high levels, just so I'll be able to run M10s and everything on stream before the release of the expansion. I know they're increasing the max level to 65, which I'm looking forward to. Also, instead of 625, the new max gear score is going to be a full 700. Which is a larger change than I thought it was going to be. I'm not going to complain about the change, but I really did think it was going to be more like, I don't know, a 25 or something for an expansion. Expansion is also going to be $30 on release, for anyone that's wondering. It's not a cheap expansion. It's not really a, what do you call it? It's not expensive, it's not cheap, and I don't know, until we actually get the expansion, I won't be able to quantify how much content's going to be in it, because going off of what they've said, it's basically the equivalent of Brimstone, which is one new zone.
That smells excellent.
So it'll be subjective to seeing it ourselves.
Numbers, I suggest
that being said, I do know the fact that if you compare it to like World of Warcraft or really any other MMO, they're launching expansions for $40 to $50 usually.
They shall ruthlessly strike down their fellows.
But
their path to
as much as I hate to give anyone from Activision Blizzard credit, they do have, or rather they used to have, a good amount of content. Now it seems like they release partial expansions instead of full expansions. I'll leave that up to your own interpretations, though. I don't need weapons or anything like that, so we're not going to worry about it. Yeah, there's some flint while I'm over here. Also, I do like that they changed it so now there's weapons and stuff like all over the starting tutorial section, and then there's some weapons that you only get from Grace. And of course you gotta get that backstab hits in. Obviously I'm not gonna concern myself with taking a few hits, because it's like the starting section, don't really need to worry about fighting anything strong or anything like that. One thing I will say is I see people look at shields and stuff and focus more on the gear store, as if like higher gear scores going to outrank better benefits on their gear. I mean, depending on how large the gear score difference is, I can see it, don't get me wrong. But for some of the smaller breaks in gear score, it's not going to make a large enough difference to justify just going off a gear score. Oh, it actually dropped something. Just a pelt. Oh shit, no. Get the free stuns off. There should be a... Nope. It's not here. I thought there was a chest down here. Anyways, as you saw, we had our first shield a moment ago. There's a paper down there, so we're gonna grab that for the free experience. Also, this coat does not suit the male character model. So we're going to talk to Lason Pierce now, which means going back where we came from, I believe. But all in all, I really enjoyed playing this game. I had fun with the guild, or company, I guess they're called in this, that I was running through the game with. Even the one guy who basically stayed up with me consistently every night that I played it through the nights. Mans was awesome. I remember going from like level 30 something all the way to 60 in one sitting, more or less.
Well done. Well, I fear you may not.
I doubt
fully
anything's
grasp the
changed
danger of
enough
such
to
an
prevent me
endeavor,
from doing that
but
now, but
I won't hold you back.
you never know. Last time I played was about halfway between Brimstone being released and them releasing the Sandworm Heart Rune. I remember seeing that and being upset that I couldn't play the game at the time because of other scenarios. But, yeah, pretty much sums up all that. As for how long I'm going to be on at a time for these streams, I don't know yet. Pretty much whatever I feel like.
It will be all of humanity.
Rapier's good dex weapon, mainly good for DPS. Combat can also be really fun if you know how to counter because it's just annoying. Nothing but annoyance in PvP. That being said, it's really single target focused, I would say. Unless you can get one that has really good cooldown reduction to, spam your... Well, that was a great start. But if you get one that can spam cooldown reduction, well, I say spam cooldown reduction, more or less, if it has a lot of cooldown reduction, then you can pretty consistently use your counter and just counter multiple people reliably. Of course, it's subjective to each person's experience because it's not skill-based. I mean, it is skill-based, but at the same time, it's kind of not. Because obviously, no matter what you do, you're going to get a specific number of uses. Sure do want to eat lead, Grace. Thanks for acknowledging my lead addiction. I haven't worked at a place where we consistently...
I know a safe spot this way. Come on.
Safe spot, me arse, you're just running around the thing. Let me buy the other ability. So if I remember, that's taunt, right? Or is taunt in the other? Yeah, that's Defender's Resolve, which is the taunt. It is indeed in that track and not the other one. I don't remember what the other ability I used was, but I remember for the tank build I had 2 abilities from Guardian track and then one from, or Defender track and then one from the other track.
Perfect. This isn't my first.
No, I had fun messing with people with Greatsword too, though. Yeah, camping, whatever, weapon slot. Give me the common meat. I guess we'll throw on the rapier for now. Not gonna use it. At least not right now. Eventually I will max out the mastery for every weapon, but I would mainly focus on getting through the game and getting a build set up so I can run dungeons, get gear, whatnot, be ready for the content release. Unlike the server I was playing on before, I'm not going to be able to abuse the
from one another, like
use the system, so to speak, because there was no one with jewel cutting high enough to make pristine gems and other gems on the server I was on, so I was able to extort the fact that no one had prices to compare up. Other than like one person that had some up for 1,600, and I just undercut everyone by a considerable amount because there was more than one person selling gems and other items at that point. Pretty much I was the only person on the server for the longest time, right up until the merge, I believe it was. When we had the merge, everything kind of went to hell as far as the shop. Also in terms of who took land over. I remember having one guy that I killed while he was lower level because he was doing PvP stuff. and he had a permanent grudge after that. Unfortunately, he never beat me, even after he leveled up. That's Astrolope. I don't see a weapon up here anywhere. There was a weapon over there, but I don't think it's one of the ones I wanted, so we're not gonna worry about it. I don't know why we're grabbing treasure, honestly. Blessed Chalice. I guess we're walking by back over here. Might as well grab the item up here on our way. What is this, the spear? Ow. My ankles. Eat some more of the light ration so I keep my regen up fine. Not that we need it for this section, but... Great sword. Don't need the spear or rapier now. Everyone went crazy when the great sword was released. I couldn't find hardly anyone that wasn't using it. Not surprised though. It's about what I expected with the release of it. If I remember correctly, it was one of the more asked for weapons for a while. Yeah, this is a person that throws crap. They're not going to, Also, the greatsword blocking like 100% of damage was interesting. Let's go for a heavy build for now, just because we're not PvPing, so we don't need the light movement. If we do need light movement later, we'll have to probably craft some gear, since I intend to max out gathering and crafting for all of the tracks. Of course, it'll all be subjective, because things change. But until then. Cloth robe hat. It really just negated my first attack saying they were retreating. How nice of them. Grace's lucky wheel. That was just a normal crit. I don't have a hat equipped yet, so we're still medium equip load. Not that I couldn't have just checked by hitting tab, but really not a chest down there? I thought there was for some reason. Don't see any weapons or any other items around here, so we're just gonna keep going. You're annoying, just let me gather my herbs. Specifically, I don't really want herbs. I want, I forgot what it's called. So it only gives you spices and stuff rather than high soap. Soap. Yeah, go away. So normally for tanking, I use Warhammer and Sword and Shield because they're pretty good combo to pull in everyone and then just defend. Keep aggro up with, because once you get aggro, if you have a high threat level on your Warhammer, you can use the AoE pull aggro, and then you can just hold the aggro by using your Sword and Shield abilities. Great Sword's got 2 levels. Defiance is good and bad all in one. So we're gonna go for Onslaught for now. Again, once I decide what build I'm actually gonna go for, I might just change over. But right now we're focused on damage so we can get through content a little faster than we would otherwise. As you can see, it's still pretty high end for getting through damage. The real question is going to be whether I use Blunderbuss in Greatsword or keep the Sword and Shield in Greatsword. I mean, I could go Warhammer, get some levels in that, but it's not good for damage capacity. It might be. I haven't really done a high damage Warhammer. It's mostly for stun or AoE. Which AoE is not bad, but if you got someone this tank, you don't want to be doing AoE to every enemy because you'll still aggro from the ones they're not holding.
Oh, welcome back, my friend. Glad to see you while you were away.
I can make better ones later, so I'm not going to worry about that. Also, one of the best changes they made, in my opinion, was removing the ammo requirement for guns. Ammo is not required, but it does increase damage. Also, in duels, you no longer consume ammo, so you can get a better PvP feel if you're dueling another player. But, yeah, I remember grinding the heck out of Orichalcum and then actually making arrows, of all things, because someone had a bow build that was doing hella crit damage. It's a shame they stopped playing, like, way before the rest of us. And of course, with the Blunderbuss, you get multi-headshots, which is always going to do fairly decent damage. And yeah, normally you would want to block a little more, but, well, not so much block as much as
And
run.
they shall witness the power manifest.
Dodge,
The
not
true
run.
future of the human race.
Wow, I'm so out of practice with ranged weapons, you can tell I was focusing others. There we go, that's more like it. I mean, if you're just gonna stand there, I will absolutely destroy you. Ice Gauntlet's nice. No, I don't want one. You know, they kind of narrowed the spread on this since the first time it was released, which is good and bad because, like, as you can see, it just does insane damage. Well, at least for low levels. Later on, I have seen some builds that will do crazy damage, and in PvP, people were kind of insane with it. I just missed that one altogether. And of course, when you can hit something with every, you know, pellet, whatever you want to call it, it does fairly decent. We'll get the saltpeter while we're here so we can make ammo later on. Regular Genesis. Genesis, I ran so much. Fun fact, Genesis was the first mutated dungeon I actually ran. I got gold on M1, M2, M3, and M4. Got silver for M5 through 7, I think it was. And then on M8, we only got bronze because we couldn't find people that were, I don't want to say that were, like, incompetent people that we found, but it was just people that weren't as familiar with Genesis as our company was. Oh wait. Accept my shots. That's one down. The range got a little nerf too, I can see. That's it for that. Used to be a chest or something you would loot over there after you kill them, but I think they moved it because people were complaining. Since they had its respawn like fairly high, you could barely loot the chest, and then you'd have to fight him again or something to do it. I don't know. We're not going musket. We're not going sword and shield. At least not for now. We will equip heavier armor. Don't need that. And see, this is one of the things I mean. Like, yes, light to medium. The light has higher gear score, but if you're medium armor user, these don't have perks, so I mean, if you want, you can go for higher gear score. If you don't want higher gear score, you can focus more on armor rating.
And now you disrupt my plans.
Usually for common items, I'll focus on armor rating, unless, you know, I specifically want light or something. Usually I go for light builds, so. My tank build was probably the only build I had heavy on. I think I had medium on my DPS build just because some of the dungeons we were running, or they're called expeditions, aren't they? But they're dungeons.
I hate to ask you to be the bearer of bad tidings, but
again, like if I wanted to go medium,
just deliver
I
the
know.
report
Yeah,
to
this
the
would
guard
drop
at
me
the
to
gate.
medium.
Then get yourself
But
a nice cup of
we're going
mead at the
heavy for
tavern.
now.
You deserve it.
Because there is content later on that I want to get used to using heavy gear on. Yeah, follow this path to Corinth.
It is time you know the whole truth.
I don't need con yet, so we're not going to worry about con. When I need con later on, we'll upgrade it, but for right now, I'll probably do... I'm gonna grab this hemp while I'm over here. No, I might do DPS, I might not. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna go DPS or not yet. Might have to actually look up some build changes and whatnot. That was a bit delay. $40 minutes in, only level 7. Cutscene.
This island has always guarded the promise of paradise.
Oop.
Humanity
Took a
cast
screenshot
out,
accident.
deemed unworthy of such blessings. But I did not come here seeking paradise. I came for answers. Redemption after a life of weakness and suffering. And I found a truth that disproved everything I had been taught. I tasted the knowledge forbidden to us at creation, and I saw the vision of humanity's true potential. I knew then, I must correct this ancient injustice and restore the power which is rightfully ours. The heart of the mountain now beats strong with this purpose. After a century of preparation, our campaign has begun. The island's townships already fall before the might of our armies. The only thing I had not foreseen is you. You, who have stolen the gift meant for me. And now your soul will pay the price For I will not stop until I have seized back the destiny stolen from us and brought true freedom to the world, both old and new.
Alright, so that's the cutscene. Yeah. Alright, so... they'll start attacking me if I do anything that's not... grappling hook. Base shot restores 1 stamina per pellet hit. We'll do that. Give us a little bit more dodge potential, get out of there if we need to. Get some wood while we're here too. Mainly because we are going to be leveling up our gathering and crafting skills, so might as well get the required amounts to level up as we go. Also helps for lower tier weapons if you're high enough, because then you can do higher gear score guarantees. And obviously we're not going to go all the way to like Ebon Wood or something crazy. Thought I had a territory level. Guess not. It also let us make some better gear as we need it. Blunderbuss playstyle. Backpedal and shoot. It's quite literally all you gotta do. The early levels for gathering aren't bad, like they're fairly quick, you know. But later on they get kind of crazy. I remember maxing out not only my trees, but like, well, pretty much everything. The only thing I didn't max out was music and fishing. Fishing because it was somehow more boring than anything else. Music, because like I got what I needed from music. I didn't really have to use it much. Not that that's a bad thing, because it means it's not like what you want isn't locked behind no max level music or something. Or it is with crafting and stuff like that. You gotta get to I think it is max level crafting. Hello, tree. Like if we go to armoring here, scroll all the way down. Yeah, 200 for a lot of for fur-lined orichalcum. That's only 185. Fur-lined orichalcum greaves is 195, and then the boots are 200. Also the satchels. Satchels are really good, but oh boy. Grinding the materials to get those was some work, because there was always so many people online that it was kind of hard to get the materials reliably. Hey, I dodged. I have to say there was like the hardest boss in the game in terms of expeditions. I would probably put Isabella at the top. As far as what'd they call it? Started with an E, I think. That won't show me here. Oh no, it will. Untraveled landmark. As far as the Brimstone expedition goes, if everyone knows the mechanics, it's not bad. It did get a little annoying when both bosses come at you at the same time, but aside from that, it wasn't bad. I don't know if it still works, but there was a glitch you could do with the first boss in that expedition where
Hold up there.
you could basically trap it around the
See here,
corner. If the tank went around the corner or
to
whatever,
break
they
it to
could
you, hero,
trap it around the corner.
But eternal life on eternal
And
means eternal trouble.
it would pretty much just like stand on the other side of the corner trying to attack you, but it could never hit you unless it did the rain down ability or whatever it was called.
Spoken to the guy. Absolutely not.
Peter
You're
doesn't
a
like
guest.
running the game in towns, by the way. Though thankfully, since I turned quality down a little bit to make it easier, it's still running about 60 FPS with some stutters just under the rare occasion. Turn regents, I don't want that. Put all this away. Keep ammo. We'll throw on some potions, I guess. We'll keep the old hardtack, but we'll put this away. Ammo doesn't weigh anything now, so you can just have as much of that on you as you want. There's no limit. We'll get a little bit of constitution. And go ahead and check in with the innkeeper now. If you guys don't want to see a whole bunch of grinding, I can grind outside of actually like playing the game.
Well, there you go.
Because I don't blame you by any means if you don't want to see all that. But at the same time, if you guys don't really care or whatever, then I'm probably just gonna do it on stream. There, I looked at the market. I don't know why bait's the first thing it shows me, but get some more strength to increase damage some more. I already used that, so I gotta return to Grace.
Even here, civilization is built on a foundation of life.
See, he said your heroics on the shore got the attention of this so-called Speaker of the Wind.
You know, on the USE servers, they had everything at tier 5. I think everything here is tier 5 too. Yeah. But the company that was managing the town was pulling in like 200 or so thousand gold.
Timber got stone and leather. After all, folks need homes, clothes, and
I already have flint tools, no need for those. Now I need to gather stone by mining boulders. If you're wondering why I didn't refine anything, that's why, because I remember that quest. Go ahead and read all the papers while we're here for free experience.
So, now that's the spirit.
We need fighters, not whiners and naysayers.
Yes, hello, Kiro.
Now Quartermaster Agrawal's headed to the farms to salvage what he can.
You're not gonna be comfortable if you come in my lap, I promise. My dog. He thinks he's lap dog, but then he gets mad because chair's not big enough for him and me. That's what you get for getting a gaming chair, huh? Yeah, that's what I get for getting a gaming chair, huh? I had this gaming chair since before I got you, though. Yeah. 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 Yeah, I know. Alright, we'll give it a shot here, but I'm telling you, you're not gonna be happy with it. Yeah. Aww. Yeah. Being a good boy. Yeah, being a good boy. The fact they don't have a cool, or at least I didn't see a cooldown, there might be a cooldown. Yeah, I'm a good boy. Yeah, I'm happy, good boy. And got him way, huh? Kinda interesting you don't get crits for back shots with Blunderbuss. Or, maybe you do. Yeah, you're a brat. Yeah, him's a brat. And keep in mind, I'm not even using iron ammo right now, that's just base damage. I don't know why it marked this specific boulder. Am I gonna get the majority of what I need from this? Probably not. It's probably gonna give me like 10. Yeah, I'm a good boy. Yeah, I'm a good boy. Give me 28. That's a pretty good number. Yeah, I'm a good boy. Now, for as ornery as you are, it's surprising that you want cuddles as much as you do. Yeah. Alright, now they go craft stuff. We'll go ahead and grab the other. Yeah, I think we have to return to town after we do this quest 3 I have for this mortal sphere. So I'll go ahead and grab it while I'm out here. And this alone is enough of a reason to want mounts for the game. Because this isn't terrible, but it used to be a lot worse. For those that didn't play the game in the beginning, you had to run probably 1,400, like 1.4 kilometers or greater just to get to a quest like this. And I mean, the game was sending you all over the map all the time. They have greatly refined the process since then. Guess I just straight up missed with that. My blunderbuss got any more levels on it? No. Guess weapon grinding's still gonna take its sweet time for the most part. never did notice whether there's like a speed difference running with or without your weapons equipped. Kinda looks like you run a little faster without weapons equipped, but I'm really not gonna bank on that. Huh. Also, just so you know, the servers are still not laggy, I guess, but they're not the best. I always suck at dodging projectiles, even though it's really as easy as just juking out. It's a little harder with players, because players have some forgiveness on theirs. I had forgotten to eat, that explains a lot. Blunderbuss of the Scholar, that's an intelligence thing. Yeah, we'll do it for the Vorpal, but... Also, because I guess Uncommon beats Common, even though the gear score for this Uncommon was lower than the Common gear score. Oh, now comes the fun part. How did that miss? Alright, good. That guy left me alone. Now I can make my way over here. Yeah, I'm good, doggo. Yeah, I'm comfy. I don't know how you get comfy in positions like that, but you do, I guess. Yeah. Main mission I don't really remember much about, so we're just gonna keep doing it. More or less, the main missions are like the biggest source of experience in the game. Eventually you'll have to do something else, because you might be like a level or two behind a main mission. One of the things I did enjoy the fact that they updated is if you need to clear an expedition for a mission, you get the option to do a solo mission instead. Because the people were having problems of either everyone was too high level or no one would help them, whatever. And it was kind of hard to get like the expedition done to complete missions. Naturally, that's been changed for the better with the solo options, but I don't really need feathers for bullets, but other people might. Also, not going to complain about getting food-related items. Getting cooking up's one of the more important things for gathering and, honestly, buffs for fights and stuff. I passed a note, didn't I? Sure did.
You're a brave soul, my friend.
Clear out the fields. Oh. Annoying as ever. Get some more damage for weapon mastery. Let's get the net to stun Alright, they changed how the net works, didn't they? I remember when the ability was disabled because people were able to abuse it in PvP like way too well. What? I told you. Yeah, I told him it was gonna be hard to get comfy like that. That was a weird camera bug. What'd you think about leaving my lap and then decide not to? It's a big stretch. Yeah, that's a big stretch. Yeah, so the net does slowdowns now. It doesn't actually do locking in place. I don't really remember the whole reason behind that, but like, I do remember it being a thing. Thank you. Oh, void metal. Won't need that for the longest time, but I mean, I'll hold on to it for now. Might slowly get back into streaming just by doing something where basically I get so many levels a day. I mean, obviously if I go for like 15 levels a day, I'll be streaming for extended periods, but I might get to level, I don't know, 15 to 20 today and then go from there. Also, if you ever wondered, this is a fun way to mess with mobs. Just hop over a fence. Great axe to the scholar too, huh? I think it's like 1.15 times stamp, 1.05 for that, so 1.15 for Orichalcum maybe? Might as well get these two papers. I think we might just do a short one today, go to level 20, and then we'll do a bit of a longer stream for, we'll go from level 20 to 30, maybe a little bit more if I feel like it at the time. I don't remember, why did I go over there again? Does it need to be in here, don't I? Ah, you spotted me. Of course you did. How did I miss that? Oh, now there's another one. and boom. Of course, like always, if you want the big damage, you're better off just great swording a good way. Mainly because I suck at aiming, apparently. Where? Just, I don't want to avoid gauntlet game. I really don't. We're gonna do this just because it's funny. Might as well grab the supply crate up here because obsidian, flux, paper, all of it's just, doing that like 9 minutes early, but might as well do it while I remember it. Alright, good, they're not gonna trigger on me. Might as well grab blueberries. Pretty much just try to keep my harvesting levels around my player level, but later on that's an issue, so I can't do that anymore. Because you'll get to the extent where, while it would have worked originally, whatever, it becomes a problem because you need like level 50, you know, skinning while you're level 20. I think your pet got stuck, bud. Oh, there it's back. They're fucking, cracking. Alright, fill the cart with grain and vegetables. Let's go. I didn't pay attention what level these guys are. 8. Of course, with heavy, you don't really get like all the dodge, all the dodge skills otherwise. Alright, instead, didn't drop anything, we're good. Also, screw that fishing quest. Just like outright, screw that fishing quest.
Well, good thinking. This farm produced a bountiful
Get all
crop
this
of fruits and
done.
vegetables as well. The fields are fertile.
There's the rescue farmer quests and stuff, but for right now, we're gonna head back and turn in these other quests. We're gonna get a little bit of HP in here. For anyone wondering, I don't know if any of you know this, but the it's not the max, but the max like recommended or whatever is 300 points into a stat. Going over that will still apply bonuses, but the 300 is what's considered a soft cap. So you might be better off putting stats into another category. Though I have seen people running like 600 into one specific stat, so subjective to opinion, I guess. If you know more about that, then feel free to leave your comments on it, but for the most part, I noticed small increases, but not enough to warrant going over 300. At least not in small increments. If you're gonna do it, go all in type of thing, I guess.
I had feared
Hatchet was good and all, but I'm not running Hatchet build this time around.
The secrets of Eternum yet elude me, but still,
No reason not to craft all of everything you can. Of course, later on, you'll need charcoal and stuff for iron, but bah. We'll get more when it comes to that. And of course, now they have the thing where you can upgrade to like Rage Hide and stuff like that. I think you can get 10 a week or something.
Thanks again, friend.
I could be wrong about the specific period, but
we can strengthen our walls.
also the fact that you can have neutral companies now. It's an interesting thing. I never really thought I'd see that, but yeah, apparently you can have neutral companies if you so choose.
A solid start.
Use this, get the iron, go smelt the iron. Don't know why it specifies 9 iron ingots, because like when you smelt that you get 22. And I think you still have, yeah, 2 iron ore left over. So he wants you... I'll go ahead and use these weapon scraps while I'm at it. Maybe. Crafting attempt failed. Yeah, that's pretty consistent. Not gonna do it again, are you? Guess it is. Let's try it third time. If it don't work this third time, we'll just go straight into crafting the... Alright, it's not gonna do it. So we'll just go straight trying to craft the iron longsword. Since that's what they want you to craft, but I'm not spending any Azoth or anything else on it. It's not even gonna let me craft that. How nice of them. Yeah. Imagine that. Usually this only happens if the server's experiencing a good deal of, like, lag. I am on fiber internet, so my connection should be solid. I haven't dropped any frames, and OBS has said I've been good the whole time. Just give it a minute here and then try again. Or it could just do it again. Huh. I've never had it consistently do it this many times. Crafting attempt failed, indeed. Well, I guess we'll take a moment and do the other portions and then come back to it. That's like the best thought I have. Oh, there it is. Like, if we look up here, we could see next payment's 2,500. They've made 67,000. Of course, this is a starting town, and this is where everyone has to do their stuff, so of course it's gonna have, you know, a fair bit of income. Not that many new characters are being made here. I genuinely couldn't speak on that, because I have no idea. Alright, let's try this one more time. Let's start with trying to craft this. No. Huh. Just really unhappy. Everything else works just fine, right? Yeah. Everything else is working fine, so it's just that. For whatever reason. Let's try to make a great sword. We don't have any assault to add. Con, no. Of course, we just have basic stuff. Let's try this. No. Huh. Yeah, crafting attempt failed. Okay. I don't think I've ever experienced that in that level before. Take this honey out, we'll go put it up. We'll go ahead and put up the stone and other stuff so we're not, you know, a quarter full on weight already. The invalid transaction methods just because I'm clicking stuff too fast, by the way. Oh yeah, they also added this to the game. Apparently I have 2,000 tokens, but it costs 5,000 for, basically for $5 you get 5 tokens. I think it's $5? Yeah, if I click add more here. Yeah. Like, if I wanted to, I could spend $10, get 11,000 stacks of marks. And I could buy leveling. So, they have them for gathering. They have them for crafting. Proficiency, territory, standing, season experience, and weapon experience. But they do not have it for character levels themselves. Which, honestly, it's easy to level up all of this stuff in-game. I will say it doubles the amount, though, so it's not like an insignificant amount. Obviously, it's not going to show this on game. I don't know. Do I go for it? Yeah, screw it. We'll go ahead and get some. So we got 13,000 now. Gathering. We'll get some. Proficiency increases yield by 10% for an hour and a half. Don't need those right now. I'm not worried about weapon experience boosting. We'll just get the one set of gathering for now. Maybe because I spent money on the game, they'll be happy and let me craft an item now. Huh. It's like the game really doesn't want me to craft stuff. I don't know why it's doing that. I've never had the server not lag and still prevent me from crafting. Alright, I've spent long enough on that. We're just gonna go ahead and try to go to, other territory here. Also, for anyone wondering, to activate the augments, you just click in here and click use on it. Mainly just getting those so it'll be easier to, get gathering levels up and whatnot later on. Only been an hour and 20 minutes, huh? Thought it would have took me longer to get to level 11. That being said, a level like every 10 minutes or whatever isn't too bad. Obviously, if I was really just barreling through the quests and stuff, it wouldn't take that long. But, yeah, those gathering experience boosters are kind of nice, especially considering the fact that the level's going to be raised later on. The yield bonus isn't a bad thing either, for some of the more annoying ores, like Star Metal or Ecalcum, those ores. Just because you only get so much, and there's less deposits of that than, say, iron or silver. It's also nice if you're fighting with other people over consistently getting the ores. Like, especially bots. I haven't seen bots since I've started playing again yet, but I do know they're still around. If you're wondering about the dodge times on things, by the way, pretty much it's right before... Well, maybe not right before the attack would hit, but it is before the attack would hit. If you try to dodge, like, last minute or something like that, it's not going to be a good time. I wouldn't miss it the net. We're going to take you guys this way so we don't attract other people. How did none of those hit? Also, I took you guys that way to avoid attracting more people, not to attract more people. Honestly, the grenades were the most fun part of the blunderbuss for me. If you're wondering why I'm not doing grenades, it's more or less because I'm kind of curious to see how things work without grenades. I know you can use the grappling hook to get in close range and whatnot, but you can also still build up to the grappling hook or other abilities in the other track after you max out the weapon anyways. You get... So I think everything starts at level 1. The max mastery is 20, which means you get a total of 19 mastery points. Also, doing this with the back attack damage is pretty fun. As you can see, it's pretty easy to kill enemies with the great sword. And unlike the blunderbuss, which can technically hit multiple enemies, it's just a little harder to pull off. The greatsword pretty much hits anything that's within your range. And you can also use that ability if you really want to dodge. Or you can do what I do, just charge straight into the enemies, pop your other ability, and you'll still hit all of the enemies in the area, as long as they're not, like, directly behind you, I think. Speaking of which, I know if you're fighting another player and you get behind them, you do guaranteed crits still, but I don't know if that's the way it works if enemies are behind the player. Like PvE enemies that are. For obvious reasons, greatsword's still one of the better weapons to me. Pretty sure I remember them nerfing it and everything, and it's still like... these windows... You can't jump through these windows. I just remember doing dynasty runs to get a gear score and jumping through some of the tiny windows. Even though I didn't think it was a possibility. don't know how none of that hit, but I guess none of it did. Also, I do recommend that if you like using the heavy attacks for the big damage and whatnot, that you get the, what is it called in this game? Basically the thing that would be like Poison Dark Souls. Let's look real quick. Great Sword. Would have been... no, we haven't gotten to that. Not in power. Is it over here? Fortify. Though there's one that gives Fortify whenever you enter, like, I can't find it now. Well, there's supposed to be one that gives Fortify whenever you do charged attack, like heavy attacks. I guess if it was anywhere, it would be in this track. Guaranteed 20% haste, energize, critical hit chance. After dodging, gain a 10% in power. No. I don't know. Onslaught stance stuff. I couldn't remember a thing. Oh, grit. It's this one. Charge heavy attacks have grit, inflict bleeding for 6 seconds. Grit is what I was thinking of, not Fortify. Fortify is just damage reduction. Not that damage reduction's a bad thing.
Oh, does he now? Is it that old blowhard?
Shh. They'll hear you.
Who will hear you? Or hear me, I guess.
Iron Keep lies to the northwest.
Courier
If we
boots,
can go and
Constitution,
find
I'll
out about
take
the
them.
tribute, it may help us solve this dilemma.
Now I gotta go this way. Obviously, I don't have 30 harvesting skill yet. For this particular portion, I'm not gonna worry that much about getting gathering leveled up. Obviously, still gonna gather stuff as I come across it, but I'm not gonna worry about, like, oh, I want 50 before X and X point. Yeah, see that, like, even the wolves have grit whenever they do their attacks usually. Kinda sucks you can't enter the inventory when you're, like, skinning and stuff, but I guess there'd probably be duplication glitches you can do if you did, so. Oh yeah, we got some points we could put in stuff too. Let's get a little more damage in there. Don't have anything for Weapon Master right now. We can scrap that. That's like, oh. Oh wow. Yeah, game's not happy, is it? No dropped frames though, so stream's fine still. So it really is just the game then. But yeah, you can get like grit on that onslaught attack and everything else, which pretty much just guarantees the whole attack's gonna go through. There are some conditions that can be met that might still prevent your grit from making it go through, but for the most part, you're not gonna come across that unless you go to PvP. Also, healers are always in demand on this game, so if you want to run a healer to get through stuff, by all means. This is a public message. All healers that want to play New World, come in. You'll probably see me build up healer sets and stuff while I play this too, just in case I need to run heals for an event. Because obviously, if I'm just running DPS or something like that, there's a chance I'm not going to get enough people to do events, expeditions, whatever. That's also harvesting 30. Harvesting is one of the more annoying skills to get up because, I mean, like,
it makes no sense.
easy,
Don't forget
yes,
to set yourself a campsite.
but that
If you get
doesn't
in
mean
over your head,
you
it's a safe place to go back to.
should. Because it's as easy as going to any of these farms, gather crap ton of, you know, cabbage. But it's annoying in the fact that the easiest way to level it is to go to one of these locations to gather items. Whereas, obviously with well, early on trees are easy. Mature trees, young trees, they're in abundance. But if you want to get larger experience amounts, then you need weirdwood and ironwood trees, which are less abundant, and you're more likely to encounter somebody just farming them. I have personally had that experience before where every good location that had multiple of each tree was taken up already. And they're not exactly inclined to, like, leave once they have the monopoly on said trees. You know, obviously you could sit there and just try to grab them before the other people or whatever, but it's not entertaining. Also, the respawn time on those trees is just
I know all
annoying.
the Iron Rose mercenaries. Commander Nero, Captain Silva.
I don't feel like the respawn time for a lot of the higher resources should be as long as it is. Oh, I don't have any flint on me, I'm surprised. Guess now we need a flint. I already see some over there, but I'm gonna level up this gathering skill while I'm here. Grab a couple of flint. Also, one thing I will say about arrows is I believe there's flint arrows. You don't have to do just iron. But I don't think that's... you might need flint as like the iron cartridge ammo or something. Well, no. We'll go grab that warp point while we're over here. Also, this Iron Rose garrison stuff is new to me. I don't remember seeing this whenever I first started playing, and I don't remember it on the last time around I played through. I guess I messed that up. The attack that I used that sent me upwards also supposed to have a slam down, but I guess I messed it up somewhere along the line. Nonsense, get away from me. Oh, we might only make it to level 15 before I gotta get off. I don't know, it's only been 7 minutes since the last time I looked at the thing too. Also, I've met people that are happy about the changes to the warping and people that are mad about the changes to the warping. I don't mind it because I use all of my Azoth on crafting. so having as much Azoth saved up as possible isn't a bad thing. But whenever you're not crafting or doing anything else with it, it just stacks up and you get so much more than you need. Especially if you're unlucky enough to get the gathering tools with nothing but Azoth gathering. Oh, am I using the ability wrong? Swing up, brutal arc, staggering target, and onslaught stand supply one additional then. Oh, so it's after you upgrade it, you get the down swing. Okay. I got so used to upgrade or using max mastery weapons that I kind of forget that sometimes the additional portions of the abilities I'm used to are a part of an upgrade for the ability. There's also the one that increases the speed at which your heavy attacks go out, which is a good one to get for DPS builds. I don't know about tank builds. I never really... Like, I tried Greatsword tank a little bit, it just never came out the way I wanted it to. So I mainly stuck with the Warhammer and Sword and Shield build. Unsurprisingly. That was just my own bad aim there. Ow. Yeah, that's it. Go in that room. No, not in the building. I can't hit you if you're actually inside the wall. I don't know why that first attack missed. It acted like it hit the chest instead of actually hitting where I was aiming, but... I don't know. A few inconsistencies aside, it's not bad. Let's see. Don't need Great Axe. Con and Focus. Medium instead of heavy, so the armor reduction's only 2 points, so we'll take the upgraded Con. Don't need the Focus, though. Read this paper while we're over here. We're just gonna run past these guys, no reason to fight them. Now time to go rescue some more survivors. Also, these dudes will run for like miles just to hit you once and then screw off. See? Get him close to death and it's like, oh no, I'm too far away now. And I mean, they'll like chase you for miles. And that right there is why you want the grit whenever you get the chance to get it. Because like even the most basic of attacks have a chance to just knock you out of your attack if you don't have it.
For God's sake.
That's clear. Go. Learn away. Also, raids are now a thing, which have 10 people requirements, and raid groups are also a thing, which means you can have larger groups of people. Still have annoying, like, exchanges if you're doing some world events and stuff, where you'll run into people with PvP on that just fight each other instead of help with the boss. Or they'll be trying to help with the boss and accidentally killing more people than they're helping. We used to have a server pack to basically the largest companies of the same type would have their PvP on, and then if anyone went in with PvP on, they would just die. And that was their method of preventing people from having their PvP on going in. It worked, but it was also slightly obnoxious because it also applied to lower levels, so even if you were like doing PvP to get that extra 10% or whatever experience bonus, then you would have to deal with that. And see? That stun would have stunned you, like, even if you had crit, you still would have got stunned out there, so. Wow, my aim just sucks. Oh, I forgot to eat stuff again. That still hit me, huh? Again, that last one was my own aim. Alright, got his armband. So now we just gotta go this way. I'm just gonna leave these guys behind, no reason to fight them. I don't know how he missed there, but I mean, I'm not gonna question it. See, the other one ran back already. That one's gonna keep firing at me for a while. See, I can still hear him back there. Oh no, he's running back now. Yeah, for whatever reason, they just like to follow you across the map. It's even worse if you're trying to make it through, I think it's Mirkwood. Might not be Mirkwood, but trying to make it through the area to get all the way through, because part of the quest is you gotta go all the way up and unlock the, not Dynasty.
Thank you so much. That'd be marvelous. I've hit enough
what's the
sticks
expedition
against tree
called?
trunks. I swear, the forest is starting to glare at me.
The temple, or no, not temple. The one that has Isabella at the end. I can't remember what it's called for some reason. Anyways, trying to get to there, like, without a group is really annoying. It's possible, but it's annoying.
What
to
a
get
relief!
there
I cannot raise
nonetheless.
arms against my
Thank
fallen
you for
comrades.
the free bag. I will absolutely
You must
accept
fight
it.
your way into the Iron Keep alone.
Now it's time to go fight our way into the Iron Keep alone. So I will say I have not tried anything with the raid groups. I know they're a thing, but that's about it. It's kind of the limit of my knowledge on them. Get some more strength in here. Sound like something else was about to come attack me, but I guess not. Don't need Ice Gauntlet. 9 intelligence, 2 lower armor, but it's medium instead of heavy. I don't really need the intelligence, so I'll just keep the 2 higher armor. Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but like, I shoot and then about 5 seconds after that is when the actual damage comes in for the enemy. Also love how the archers get a kick. Like, I'll throw these on and you'll see small damage difference. I need to go up. Unfortunately, you can't just jump through that window. There's not enough in here, so I don't really know why I went that way, but... It's an interesting hit range there, bud. Keep in mind, my connection's been stable this whole time. This is just game issue, apparently. Guess the game is thinking I'm having way higher latency than I should be. I don't really know a way to check that in-game, but... Well, not without turning on an annoying menu. Even that shield break was delayed as can be. Might have to get it off just to let... until the game has more, stability, I guess. The server has more stability. I don't even know how many people are on right now. I don't think it'd be enough for this. I think I got to go in this building up here, which requires running around this side. Whoa, how was I inside for a minute there? Commander Merrill's upstairs. We shouldn't attract the squire if we go fight upstairs, so...
I do not need your excuse. The tribute for the season has not arrived. And, as you well know, this is a breach of my contract and with the town of Corinth. Whoever holds the title of Speaker of the Winds these days, they should be reminded of the consequences that are described in detail.
See, that's one of the Warhammer abilities I actually like to use.
If the situation is not ready, and to my further preparations will be expected.
No drop. A little bit of mastery for both of my tracks.
And personally see that the cost is paid
Game's
for these
not happy.
transgressions. Yours in candor, and quickly decreasing.
Oh, there's a paper in here.
Medea.
I'm not fighting, I'm just stealing paper and leaving. Well, we made it to level 13. Once we get back, we might Get to 14, 14 and a half maybe. See, now they're retreating. Oh, that one's supposed to be retreating, it's just kind of chilling out. Seems like everyone's doing the Brightwood event right now. So we are going to stop by the shrine up here and use it to warp back to Corinth so we don't have to go ourselves. I'm glad it isn't V Rising where you can't use the teleporter if you have any kind of resources on you. For whatever reason. I think it's mainly because in V Rising the game's meant to be played online and stuff, so you're supposed to have the fear of running into other people and getting all your stuff jacked. We'll try one more time to craft the iron longsword, but I doubt it's gonna work. And put away everything we've gathered. Until I save up some more ammo, I'm not gonna use a whole lot of it. Give iron longsword one more shot here. No, it crafts it. No matter how bad it is, don't salvage it, because this dude's gonna... we're not gonna salvage that right now, we'll need it later.
Either you've done this before, or you've got a knack for it.
But see, now we can try and get a better iron grade sword. We'll add 16 as off. I still don't have anything for strength. We do have constitution. I'm not going to worry about that. So we'll try dexterity, apparently. No, we'll try again. Or we'll be out of iron ingots, because, yeah. I have 2 on me. I wish I could hover over this and see how many you actually have stored. That makes 6. It takes 11 per greatsword, so we don't have enough. But at least that means we finally finished that quest for now. Oh, I had another point here. So, experience gain, territory standing, none of that's really going to benefit you in the long run. Because, yes, sure, you'll level up faster. You know, whatever. But the moment that you're no longer needing levels and stuff at the end game, where you're actually wanting resources, stuff like that, it's just going to be a hindrance.
You made it. No, the bastard wouldn't see me, of course. And now, I'd only bash his face in.
Their lies and betrayal shall be exposed, and their empire shall decay
almost made it to
and
level
fall
15, I
before
guess.
our righteous might.
Who's righteous might? What now? Oh yeah, we start getting 3 attribute points too. We're gonna level up our strength because our constitution's already being buffed by armor and stuff. Alright, let's go ahead and get this quest. We'll gather the sample out here.
Mirror the viewer's intent. If you fall in a
Obtain 3 weirdwood sprigs. I don't even remember where to go for that. Oh, literally down there. Normally you have to fight for the hemp outside the town too, so I'm kind of surprised there's not a bunch of people just like gathering as much as they can. Don't know why I'm surprised about that. But pretty much the main reason I want to get ready prior to the expansion releasing is I feel like there's going to be player influx when the expansion does release. A mixture of people starting over and a mixture of players coming back and wanting to get their gathering whatever up high enough to do the content that's being released in the expansion. So to counteract that, I'm going to try and have everything ready prior to the expansion's release. Obviously, there's no guarantee that's what's going to happen, but knowing me, whenever I get into the mood and I actually start doing the expeditions and other content again, I will most likely just no life the game. I guess let's get this one out of the way, go over to the other one, and just get these sprigs given out. While I'm not in combat, I'm gonna take a drink real quick. I'm sorry if that's loud. Usually the mic don't even bother picking that up, so. There you go, take yours. Now we're gonna go over to this one and then go back to the one in town and give her the last sprig. Honestly, there's a lot of stuff I'm looking forward to in the expansion, but at the same time, I'm kind of like weary about it. I never level up weapon mastery, did I? No, great sword's almost up there. We might grab that shrine just to warp back to town. Yeah, I figured.
What are...
Oh. So he's gonna go to the shrine and then completely ignored the shrine. 10 out of 10 gameplay on my part. I'm not sure. I want to show off the AoE potential of this great sword anyways. Just don't attract the one that attacks from range and I'll be good. And that's what the AoE potential on the greatsword looks like. Hitting that for the second slam down portion. Someone got a purple trapper's amulet and someone got a orange one. Nice. 15 dex, 10 strength, 15 dex, 9 strength. Lucky 4, 0.5% chance of rare items from chest monsters. Stamina recovery when re-hit while below 50% health. Gain 95 stamina. Adored skinning look. Plus 9.5% chance at finding rare items while skinning. Haste you apply lasts 29% longer. So this one's the same, just minus the haste portion. Legendary versions of items are nice and all, but sometimes the extra benefit is just not worth the grind. And then shields didn't used to, I don't know if they ever added legendary shields, but I don't think they did.
What is this? It's every. What is this? It's.
We'll go ahead and talk to the speaker.
Of course not. The town wants to continue appeasing the
Zero. Let me know when you and Quartermaster Agrawal have solved that.
We might actually hit level 15. If we do, it'll be a good time to stop, and then we'll go to level 30 next time. And then I think we'll break it up into 10 level increments. See, 8 days till the release, so if we do 30, and then it'll be 3 more days. So it'll be 4 days total to get to level 60. Might take a little longer depending on if we go for the full gathering and stuff as well. So it might give like an extra 3 days pretty much for leveling gathering skills. But with the introduction of the boosters and whatnot, it's not like they'll be hard to level up. Didn't quite make it to level 15. That's a shame. So close. Alright, so it's been a fairly short stream. Trying to get back into it, so things are going to be a little slow to start off with. Also, it was kind of like a test today, because even though I did the test stream and stuff, it said it was fine. I wanted to make sure. But with no drop frames and connection staying stable uplink, then I think we're good. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream, and I will see you all next time. Thank you for coming around.